Hey everybody, welcome to my latest update video. I'm Rhonda with Late Bloomer Farms. If you're new here, everybody's new here. I'm a new channel, so I don't really have that many subscribers yet, but this is basically an account of me being 55, following my dreams, buying a bunch of raw land after being a city slicker my whole life and turning it into a healing ranch. Not only with animals, but with plants and vegetables and all that good stuff. So that's the plan. That's what we're doing. Slowly executing step by step. I don't know how I cut my lip here, but when I finish telling you everything that I've been doing, you'll probably figure it out. So a few little updates we have. Earlier in the year, the female cows, which would be Miss Ruby Freckles and Rosemary, they went off to Mr. Ernest's property to get pregnant. So they came home right before my birthday, right before the beginning of September, and I couldn't have been more happy. I went on a week's cruise for my best friend's birthday and went with some friends and family. It was a really fun time. It was really hard to leave the crew here, but I was able to find somebody to manage it for me for the week, and I'm super grateful for her. But that has its downside too, right? So anyway, I came home from the cruise, which happened shortly after my last update. So right after my last update, I stepped on a nail and I was down for about a week, and then I left for my cruise. And I got back from my cruise and the girls were home and they were so happy to see me, and I was so happy to see them, and we actually had like a cow reunion, and they were mooing and I was crying and it was awesome. But I was so happy that they were happy to come back. And the best thing about it was Cowboy that went and got them said that in all of his career, he's never had cows that he just called and they just took off running and actually loaded themselves in the animal trailer to come home. So I was like, those are my babies. Those are my babies. Anyway, a couple quick updates for you. Where we're at, what we've done, what hasn't been done, what's new, and what's coming up. So, excuse me. A lot of focus has been on really just avoiding the heat, and then I had gotten sick when I got back from the cruise too, so I wasn't feeling good, and that went on for off and on for about a week. Anyway, we relocated the canopy holder thing that's right here now. Was over at the trailer, and it didn't have a cover on it, and I had bought a cover, so we finally got that cover put on. That was fun. And got that moved and put over here so I can have a place to store my car, because the sap and everything coming down on the paint, and it just makes the windows, you can't even see out of the windows after like 2 days. So I guess I've been, all these years of being a suburban person, I have been used to parking my car in a garage, and I don't have a garage yet out here. So that is my new garage. And then the side-by-side can just fit right beside it. So this is kind of like my little parking lot area. The sign came in for Late Bloomer Farms. I haven't put it on a post and sunk it in the front yet, but that is going to happen. So while we're over here, I'll go ahead and show you, because I'm not over here that much. So that is our sign there. See if you can get a little bit better of a close-up here on it. Late Bloomer Farms, established 2023. Oh, I'm gonna hang that on a post out in the front and make that kind of my marker, my landmark. Over here in the supplies section, so that's going to be my water collection container over at the RV, and I'm going to use that to distribute water back to the RV and also to the plants. And then I have plans for that other tank, but we'll talk about that one soon. So whilst we're over here, not to go out of order, but just yesterday we went to Lexington, Texas, outside of Giddings, and picked up a chicken tractor. She's a looker, let me tell you. So I don't know if you know what a chicken tractor is. I didn't used to know what a chicken tractor is, but basically it's a chicken coop on wheels, and you can drag it around and you can move them to different places. Now, without the run, I'm gonna need a bunch of things. So I'll give you a quick glimpse, but not too much, because this is gonna be a labor of love, and it's going to take some time to put it all together. But there she is. I know, looks like she's gonna fly off the property. She might. She didn't fly off the trailer we put her on, so we loaded that thing up on a trailer on a trailer, and it's super fortified. So anyway, it's got this like interesting little outside here, and then on this side too, there's also one that puts, you kind of put up on a post, and then in the front, which is where the hitch is, there's another one. Now this one's seen way better days. Obviously I have to be doing some work, but we're going to be replacing a little bit of wood up here. There's one bad board in here, and then there's another one across on the other side that I need to hook the other one of these awnings to, and that awning is inside the tractor right now as we speak. So the first thing we're going to do is order a jack, and I just found that one, so I'm going to order it. It should be here on Sunday. When the jack gets here, I can jack up the front of the trailer, level it out to make it easier to do repairs, cleaning, etc. Oh, here's the cute little egg collection box over here. So cute. This thing is gonna be adorable when I'm done though. I need y'all to see the vision with me. I know you don't see it right now, but that's one of my gifts. So anyway, I'm gonna turn that thing into something super cute that chickens would be residing in. But the main thing is, like, it's rebar all the way around this thing. So I mean, it's kind of like impenetrable, and that's what I need out here. I've got coons the size of some of y'all's medium-sized dogs. They're bad. So anyway, the girls came home. That was super exciting. On a somewhat not so happy note, one of my cats disappeared while I was gone for the week on the cruise. So I lost Booby. She's been gone since August, end of August, and I don't think she's coming back. And I'm also, that was one of my outsiders. And then also recently Romeo has taken off, and I don't know where he's at. So cat count currently is at 4. We're down a few, and that's a sad thing because I love my kitties. I don't know if it's coyotes. I don't know if it's people with a gun. I don't know if they went in the wrong yard and got eaten up by a dog. I don't know. Anyway, I'm taking us into Tallow Beach because I got a couple of updates I can show you from across the way, and it's absolutely beautiful in here. I was going to come in and gather some of my persimmons. So we'll take a look over there in just a second and see if there's any that are ripe enough to take home. My plant groups are saying like not yet, so maybe it's not yet. I don't know. I'm new here. I don't claim to know any or everything. Just kind of bumble around and somehow get a little bit lucky. Not lucky, it's blessed. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, and the whole reason I'm here. Every single bit of it is because of God. And there's no denying that. It's without a doubt. He is the reason for everything that I'm doing. And certainly he protects me constantly, all the time, from things seen and unseen. I'm so grateful. Thank you, God. If you know God and you know that kind of peace, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We get real close out here. So got you on Tallow Beach. I'm just kind of walking out. None of the cows are over here because I just finished feeding everybody, obviously. And so they're all kind of hanging out over there. So I'll give you a couple of quick updates here so far. So as you know, we finished the RV cover. There's still some work to be done on it. However, the guy that I'm kind of working with on that is not in the best of health right now. If you guys can lift him up in your prayers, he's a young, good Christian fellow and has a wife and kids, and so I hadn't wanted to really bother him with that right now when he's got bigger fish to fry. But, you know, God willing, we'll get back on that here real soon. So we went ahead and enlarged the fence, the little temporary kind of fence out there around everything, and I'll walk you over there too. Hopefully we'll get a little closer. You can see we've got almost all the fruit trees in for the orchard, and we've done a lot of work on that, just kind of getting everything cleaned up and looking good. Now, as we spin around, the last video I did, I showed you guys the dock and the deck. Both of those lost their umbrellas, so I am now umbrella count. I have lost 6 umbrellas out here in 2 years. So that either means it's really super freaky windy or I'm not that sharp. It's a little bit of both. I love having umbrellas and I love having them open, and then I forget to close them, and then a gust of wind that's 16 miles an hour comes out of nowhere that I'm not prepared for, and I'll lose my umbrella. So if anybody has some umbrellas they're not using, if they want to donate them, I would gladly take those off your hands. I can use all the umbrellas I can get. But anyway, I've got one major master umbrella still hanging out. It took a flight the other day, but we've been using it to cover up the orchard when we do the transplants and give them a couple of days to just chill out so that they don't go into shock, because man, Texas summer ain't no joke. So on everybody. And today, and I'm sweating profusely, and it's actually 79 degrees and I'm in the shade, so go figure. The cows have joined me. Hi. That's my girl, Ruby Freckles, over there. And then that's the little baby boy. That's De Niro. I'm gonna be finding a new home for him soon because he's a bull calf, and he actually did try to mount his mom yesterday, but she wasn't having it. Hi, De Niro. You want to say hi to everybody? How you doing, baby bull? And that's about the end of that conversation. There's his mommy over there. That's Rosemary. Her has a rose on her head. So pretty. She's my little flamenco dancer. Anyway, so the cows are back at the beach. They like to hang out here. This is their spot. And on a nice day, the whole herd will be over here, which is fantastic. Water line's really low, though. I'm going to show you. The way that we know is because this tree is usually underwater. And this hammock, when the water's super low, there's sand underneath it. And as you can see, that's the case right now. We've got a good 8 feet to get to the water line. So definitely needing some rain over here. We got a couple of promises of that this last week, and it missed us. So that's the updates for that stuff. I got 2 kayaks on the property, which is great. So I had worked up to 3 kayaks, which is fantastic, but they were the inflatable kind. So note to self, at least this is for me going forward. I don't care if it's, you know, a third of the retail price or whatever. If it's inflatable, there's no way I'm gonna have it on this property. Between the Texas heat, the animal hooves, and just wind in general and blowing it around, and then they kind of expand and contract, kind of like your tires do in the weather. So it's just a lot of work to keep them maintained, and they don't last that long. And I felt like I was just going to be constantly patching stuff. So out of 3 kayaks, I have 2 that didn't make it past year 2, and then 1 more that is barely hanging in there, but I am going to throw it out for trash, or maybe I can use it in the bottom of a flower bed or something. I don't know. I'm weird about plastic, so around my food. So, and there is one of my babies. Hi, did you have a nice lunch? Oh, so sleepy. Have a yawn. Welcome to the beach, baby. Welcome to Tallow Beach. Thank you, Harley, for being cool and chilling out. Everybody here are rescues except for the cows. Hey, ma'am, please. Yeah. See, nobody wants that in their life. Behave. So over here at the persimmon grove, right here on the edge of Tallow Beach, pardon my barking dog. So yeah, my persimmons are looking kind of dry, looking kind of small. These are not ready, but they're just wanting to fall off. Let's see what's going on in here. Sweet. Lots of persimmon seeds on the ground. I'm gonna come pick these up. I saw somebody selling persimmon seeds like $5 for like, I don't know, 10 of them. Oh, man, I could make a couple $100 out here right now. And let me show you. It's pretty good. The deer haven't been around much since I got the herd. I used to have some deer running through here, a buck and like six does and a baby. Since I have these guys just popping up on the scene, I don't have deer. So I guess that's why I have all these persimmons. So I don't know if you guys can see, like, there's tons. So this is 1 tree. This is 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trees. And guys, if I'm being honest, I don't even know. Oh, there's another one, a whole bunch behind me, all of these. So all of these are persimmon trees, and a lot of them have dropped. So I think maybe mine are like ripening faster than other people's, because I am seeing quite a few on the ground. I'm gonna see if somebody wants to try a persimmon. Do you want to try a persimmon? No? Somebody does. Somebody likes these things. I wonder who it is. So anyway, you can actually see the blue and green kayaks over there across the way. They're sitting there over by the dock. The blue one is a 8-foot. Those are those solid, heavy resin plastic kind, and they're great because you don't have to air them up. I mean, and my animals really can't destroy them. And yeah, that's the move. So I brought both of those. The other one is 10 feet. I brought both of those home in my convertible. I mean, individually, not at the same time. I bought them off of Marketplace. So I try to do as much as I can. Recycled, upcycled, not buying new stuff that has to be consumed, but rather trying to purpose older stuff to make use of it. So not recreating the wheel. It's a lot more affordable. And keeping things out of the landfill. All of those things give me a lot of joy. So best way I find out like who wants what or who eats what is I just kind of throw things in their bowl. And then I just see who, hi, do you like persimmons? Do you like persimmons? Oh my goodness, you don't like them? Or you like them a little bit? I don't know. I don't know if that's a yes or a no. You want to try a persimmon? Oh, you do. You like to try them? You want to try another one? Okay. That's all I have. I just picked up a few to see if you guys liked them. That's Bolt and Willow together. Brother and sister rescues. They were skin and bones when they went into the rescue. And oh my gosh, horrible story about them. But hey, be nice, Miss Mare. Stormy Blue, don't run people off like that. That is not nice. Be nice, be sweet. Be nice. Hey, there's no more food in there, so there's no reason for violence. Y'all ate your whole meal. Okay, so now, other updates. I talked to you guys about the animals, the kayaks, the umbrellas, the orchard. We're about 50%, I don't even say if more than 50% complete on the orchard. So there are 12 total boxes, and I ended up having to pivot and make a change on the orchard, which involves me not planting them right now because it's too late in the season, I think, for my growing zone. So in order to protect them through the frost, I planted them in garden boxes up on my fake patio. The one I haven't built yet. And that way I can enclose it and make a temporary greenhouse this winter, get all those fruit trees through the winter, and then come spring, we can go ahead and decide to do that. I know what I needed to tell you guys. So lumber materials. So I picked up a little bit of extra materials, and I also did these on Marketplace as well. So I had bought 100 of these 2x4s over here. 100 of those. I got them for $2 a piece. That was really good delivered. Like that. And then I also got all of the materials that I need to build my deck. So the deck is going to require obviously a bunch of 1x6s. I got 35 of the 35 2x6s by 8s, and then I got 12 2x6 by 12s, and then I got 27 joist hangers. So I think I have everything I need to get ready to start the deck, and that's going to be like the next big project after I get the rain system. I'm kind of simultaneously working on all of those. So we're now at the end of September. And like I said, it's starting to get cooler. People that have told me that they're going to come and help are actually starting to, you know, make plans to try to come out now, since the weather is just getting a little bit more tolerable. It's just been so hot that, I mean, you can't work but more than 20, 30, 40 minutes, and then you need a break, and it's just really hard to get anything done like that. So I think people would rather just wait and come out when they can invest the time and make sure that they're truly helping for the day. So I'm excited that fall's coming, and just as I say that, the breeze is picking up and leaves are starting to fall, and it just feels incredible around here. So I think that's the majority of the updates that I had to share with you now, and I'll have some more for you soon. Herbs and everything are doing pretty good. I did get donkey bamboozled the other night, and somebody who may or may not be a baby donkey came in and helped herself to my cilantro and a good portion of my lemongrass. And the interesting thing was, both of those plants were kind of in ICU coming back, because I almost lost them when I took the trip. And a few of my fruit trees have gone in and out of shock as well. So I have like a little ICU unit up at the trailer, and when anybody looks questionable, I put them in ICU so they can be closer to me, and I can monitor them and everything, and back to health. But anyway, I was monitoring those guys back to health. They were coming back like super good and strong, and then I left the gate open, and the donkey came in when I left for like an hour the other day, and she helped herself to some fresh herbs. But everything else is going great. I've been enjoying the lemongrass, the oregano, the basil, and I've been making lots of really great fresh recipes with all of those this summer. It's been fantastically delicious. So I also, last update, I promise, I discovered beautyberry bushes on my property. That is such a score. Beautyberry jelly, jams, and then the leaves can be used for insect repellent, teas, and all kinds of other things. So just a super big score on that one. So hopefully I'll have some footage to share with you guys next time, and I'll show you my beautyberry bushes and how I'm going to use those for medicinal purposes and for food. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video update. I'm sorry it was a lot of me talking and not a lot of me doing, but some days it's like that. And the one thing I just want to remind you is that no matter what happens, no matter what it looks like in the normal, in the outside world, God is still in control. He's still driving this whole bus. So if things aren't all right and you don't like your story, it's because your story isn't over yet, and you and the Lord are going to orchestrate the best story ever. And that's going to be you living your life the way you're supposed to, and living in your purpose, and hopefully blessing and helping and healing other people in the process. That's what we're all here for. And that's what I want to do with this channel. I want to tell people what I did wrong, tell people what I did right, and just love them and show them how to come out to nature, heal themselves, use the animals to heal them, use the plants and the medicines to heal themselves, and just really, excuse me, unplug from society for a little bit. And when people say go touch a tree, stick your hands in some dirt, stick your feet in some dirt, touch dirt, or whatever the kids say now, they're not lying. I mean, there's something to that, and it's pretty special. So I'm going to try to expose people to that, and to a whole new way of thinking and learning about how to help themselves and how to process things, because that's what we do here. We use love to heal. Love in nature heals everything, doesn't it, baby? I paid actors. They work for carrots. I'm being initiated as part of the herd right now. Don't eat my hair. Horse kisses. Horse medicine. It's one of the best. I love you guys. Love each other. And hopefully shout out and let me know if you come across this video, where you're watching me from, if you have a homestead, or if you're going to be trying to homestead, or if that's something that you're interested in. I'm starting to find so many people in this community that are like-minded, and it's really refreshing, because guys, I don't have a lot of friends and family that are actually on board with this as far as like their lifestyle. So it's kind of hard to understand unless you're really doing it, or unless you have an interest and a desire to do it. And I would say the majority of the people I know in my circle are not planning to do that. And that's okay. It's not for everybody, and it's definitely a lifestyle, but it's something I want to do to leave my legacy for my family with clean, fresh food and healing plants and working with nature and animals, and everybody living in harmony. And that's what we're trying to do here, and that's what we're successfully doing here. Oh, my babies. Well, I love you guys, and I will give you an update sooner than later. I promise it won't take me so long. Like I said, I had a medical thing, and then I got sick and took a trip, and now I'm back. So I'm back, baby. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll get back to you, or we can start a dialogue. We'll talk to you soon.